Hey, it's Magnus here. I'm going to start working on a project that I have been wanting to do for a long time. Hopefully we can use this little motor for it. Actually, before I get into that, it's been a while since the last video. What's happened? Almost caught up on the projects that I was working on. I don't know if you remember, but I had all these pill pots. Have a look. The place is a bit of a mess because we've been working hard. This is the project that's late for Kickstarter. We had a whole load of issues. This is the old centrifugal tumbler, and you know, we could tumble things in there, nice finish. Now, that's the new one. It's bigger, better, kind of, well, it's bigger, it's 4 times bigger. We thought we would just put, you know, same media, same speed, same everything. You put the parts in and you get the same finish as in that machine. Turns out not so. Had to spend over a week, something like 5, 6, 7, 8 full days testing, split testing, split testing, split testing. These are just some of them because we were getting horrible marks on them. Those split tests are only from like not even the last day. We did dozens and dozens and dozens of split tests trying to figure out like how do we tumble those in there, because if we tried to tumble them in there, it's going to take about 3 months, so that's not going to happen. We got it done, started tumbling, got a great little organization system in here. So these are, take a look at this actually. So this is my new organization system. So we've got like quality control, let's zoom in a little bit for you. Quality control of the tumbling, that was done by me, Magnus McDonald. Threads clean, O-ring fitted, lubricated, white glove quality control, and then some notes. So I made up that sheet there yesterday, and so like, yeah, starting to get systems in place, that kind of thing. Pens today. Those are actually the last of the pens I've got. I've just had to put sold out on the website. Don't have any right now. Screwed up the sort of production. Wasn't organized enough, so currently not available, the click pen. Right, so what I was talking about initially, I'll talk about that in a minute. This here is my very first tumbler. So you know the tumblers I was talking about there and there, the big tumbler, and then the newer big tumbler that we were doing the pill pots in. Well, those are big, like 6-figure machines. They cost a lot of money. Well, that one's not, that one is. This was like a few $100s. This was my very first tumbler about 5 years ago. Actually, you've probably heard the story before, but my very first tumbler was putting some rocks in a plastic tub, duct taping it up, taping it up, put a bit of metal in there with it, wrapping it in a towel, putting string around it and putting it in the washing machine, and anyway, exploded and stuff went everywhere. Anyway, once I proved that, so it worked for 10 minutes, that sort of Heath Robinson thing, and then I bought this. So there's a little tub that goes on there. Now, if you have a look at this, so as you can see here, we've got the motor turning this, quite a reduction here, and the tub would go on here, and it would just sit and turn. Now, what I want to do is, we'll show you this running first. I want to make a test rig or a test jig for testing things. So, for example, this here is a carabiner. I made it a couple of years ago, but this is like the latest iteration of it. I made it, like I said, I made it a while ago, but it still needed a bit of work done. I had other projects, but I've refined it in the last sort of few days, last week or so, taken quite a bit of work. But the mechanism is now working. I did the final design. This isn't the final design. It's off with my machinist. My machinist is now working on it, and he's going to come up with sort of a final prototype. A couple of prototypes. There's 2 variations on this design. Anyway, what I would like to do is basically have like a test bed, so I can sort of have some sort of automated system, just testing this mechanism, just going in and out, just hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and potentially even millions of times, just testing. In previous videos I've shown you the sanding machine. It was like $1,500 just to get the motor and the VSD for sort of like the variable speed drive. I need to just get something up and running cheap and quickly, just to see if this thing works. Well, this thing works. So using this, you know, sort of sacrificing this old tumbler is basically perfect. Like if I can find out the RPM, it's a nice little motor. It's designed to go 24 hours a day. That's perfect for this. You know, because that's what this thing will hopefully be doing. So it's just a case of sort of breaking down this old tumbler. I've got no use for it. You know, I've got these big tumblers now. You know, so it doesn't really matter. You know, take this, see if I can figure some sort of, you know, some plate, something to put it on. I'd have to figure out a way to hold this. Figure out a way to have, you know, something taking that rotational motion into a sort of longitudinal motion, into a longitudinal motion like that. And yeah, so I thought I'd take you along on the journey. Now this project has taken a slightly different turn because I've put the pushing in and out of the carabiner on hold slightly while we do something else. Now what we decided to get was an Arduino. Now, some of you may know what it is, some of you may not. It's like an electronic kit where you can sort of do different projects, things like that. So we got it running, we got a little light flashing on it earlier, and it's a day or two ago, and then we sort of connected a servo up to it, and I'll show you. Have a look at this. This is the code here. The software sort of runs it. You sort of program the electronics. This is a horrible explanation of it, but if you want to know more about it, Google on YouTube. There's tons of good stuff on it. And basically, you program this little electronic thing, and there's some wires going to the servo, and you can choose this little servo here. So we use software to control like what that servo does. Does it go, does it go, we can control everything. And not only that, but I will show you this. Oh, hold on. Take a look at this. This is how many times it's gone. And this here, so that's how many times it's done that, nearly 6,000. And this is the minutes. It's been going for 65 minutes. 66 minutes. So the idea is, I'd like to test a click pen before I do anything else. See how many clicks we can do out of it, out of the titanium pen, and sort of just see what kind of goes wrong when, or how it wears, or if it wears, as we do, you know, tens or hundreds of thousands of clicks. And I think we can do it with this little servo and this Arduino. It's like, it's such a closer, easier step to do, or it's such a closer, easier thing to do than like the carabiner one with that motor I was showing you and stuff like that. So to be honest, pretty busy with loads of other stuff. We've been absolutely, it's a bit cleaner here today, but we've been absolutely blitzing these pill pots. It's still going very slowly because there's just so much work involved. But down in here, plastic tubs there, just yeah, full of clean, flawless, perfectly sort of ready to go pill pots to customers, and you know, that'll be the last project that we're catching up on from last year, which is yeah, shame on me really, all that. got more done than I thought this evening. I actually didn't plan to do anything at all, but thought I would cut this kind of, what do you call it, test bed for the clicking of the pen, or the pen testing thing, whatever. Various bits and pieces. The time is after 8 o'clock, so I probably won't get much more done tonight. Yes, in case you're wondering, that is made out of titanium. Yeah, I'm just a little bit obsessed, really. There are a few little issues with it, clearances and things. One of the levers smashes straight into the servo, it won't even fit. So yeah, a couple of like mind blocks while I made it, but I'll probably do a few more fixes soon, and yeah, should be working, I think. How cool is that? Now, I wanted to get the titanium pen clicking, but this servo here that I've got is not strong enough. It struggles with the titanium pen. It needs about, well, the test pen we're using, which is here. I believe we put it on the scales, push it down on the scales. It takes like about a kilogram, 1 kilo or 2 point whatever pounds of force. This plastic pen just needs hardly anything, so the servo's powerful enough. We have, and it should be arriving tomorrow, a bigger, more sort of heavy duty servo that should be effortless, it should be faster, we're going to have a proper power supply. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to test. We've got the counter, we've got everything. We're just doing a little bit here and there when we've got a bit of spare time, half an hour here or there. But yeah, it's come together faster than I thought. Very cool. And with that, I will leave you with a quote. It is by Marcus Aurelius, and he said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it."